layout that I created for day 1 of Christy's 30 Days of Sketches. I did not film all of these because I just wanted to get a bunch of them done, and I already explained that a little bit. It just was really good for my heart to sit and scrapbook for a while, even though I definitely missed being able to share them with you, but that's what I'm doing here. So this is the layout for day 1. The sketch was created by Lisa Sikorsky from Scrap a Sketch, and I used Wild Whisper stuff. I basically followed the sketch almost to a T. I added a few little extra bits of flair. I changed the orientation of the picture, and I did create this for Wild Whisper as well, so it's using all Wild Whisper products except the tags. The tags aren't Wild Whisper, but the ephemera and all the papers and everything are a couple of different Wild Whisper collections. So this is the layout that I created for day 3 of the series. The sketch was designed by Laura Rumble. It's on her Instagram account. She's Scrap Sketches, and I followed it pretty much to a T. There's a few little extras that I added in here, but for the most part, this is exactly what the sketch looked like. This was also really fun to put together. I love working with blues. I used a big stencil to kind of, you know, smush all of this texture paste through, and then I added a bunch of fun little bits and pieces from my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. This is the layout that I created from the sketch for day 8, which was Susanna Lee's sketch. And she created that sketch for the scrap room. So hers was these strips of paper, and then it was all different hearts kind of layered across sort of at the 2/3 way of the paper, and then a big title. So this again was so much fun, just putting it all together with all these summery papers, all from different places, different collections. Same with all the ephemera. It's just all from different places. I pulled out all of the yellows and kind of happy sunshine stuff that I could find. And yeah, I love how it turned out. So this layout I created using day 12's sketch. That was created by Laura Whitaker, and this is a Scrap 5 layout, so there is a process video for it. So using all the different prompts as well as kind of combining it with that sketch. This layout I actually think might be my favorite that I created out of the whole series. I just love how it turned out. It's really kind of simple, but the colors are very striking. I love the white background, which is not something that I work with very often, having so much white space. I didn't do anything with the cut file, which again is not something that I do very often. I left it white, and I just think this turned out so fantastic. So this was created with the day 14 sketch, and that was created by Jessica Michaels, and she actually did this exclusively for the 30 Days series. So this sketch is only available if you're in the 30 Days group, which I will also leave a link to down below, I promise. But yes, I just love how this turned out. I created this layout using Shannon Allore's sketch. She designed it specifically for the series, and I just think this was so fun to put together. Again, really simple, but her sketch was kind of simple, which I appreciate because it means that there's a lot of room for you to put your own little personal touches to it. And so I appreciate that simplicity, and so I kind of went with the birthday theme with my 2 kiddos here that have a birthday on the same day, and just had a lot of fun kind of putting this together with all of the different birthday elements. I created this layout using day 16 sketch, which was created by Janet Fritz. Again, it was exclusively for the series, and she had a big heart in hers kind of coming off the edge of the paper, and so I had this cut file. I was really hoping to use up a ton of extra cut files in the month of March, so I used quite a few of them in these layouts, but I kind of pushed it over a little so it's running off the edge. I really liked how the cut file turned out, so I actually took the little chunks and put them here, which isn't in her sketch, but that's okay. It's my own little touch on it. And this is kind of different for me too, with such a bold patterned background, but I love how it turned out. I love this cluster that I put together right here. And then this one here is also super pretty, and it's just documenting my daughter on one of the hikes that we went on last summer. This layout was created using day 18 sketch, and that was created by Katie Scott, again exclusively for this series. I tried to stick to a lot of the exclusive sketches because I just really wanted to celebrate the people who took the time, who maybe have never even designed a sketch before and took the time to kind of put themselves out there, and I really wanted to be able to give them some recognition. So this is Katie's sketch. She had a pattern paper in the background and she used the hexagons, and I think this came together so well, and it's just kind of fun. The pictures are dark and a little bit blurry. They weren't really taken under the best lighting, so I feel like all of these kind of bright hexagons really just help them to stand out a little bit, and definitely not a color scheme that I go for very often, so I'm pretty happy with how it all came together. All right, so a bit of a crazy story about this particular layout. It was actually created for Stretch the Sketch. We did use the sketch for that day, so it was the 20th of March. It was a sketch created by Isabel Alvarado, especially for the 30 Days series. And this is actually a 2-page layout. But I'm missing the other page, you guys. I can't find it. Some water spilled on it, and I tucked it in somewhere in a book or somewhere it's around. I just wanted to have it kind of flatten out a little bit and maybe get some of the wrinkles out before I went ahead and put it into a page protector. And I can't remember where I put it, because shortly after I did that, I kind of started a tidy up of my scrap area, and I also ended up with COVID, and that was like when it hit me really hard. I was in bed for several days, and I can't remember where I put it, but there is a video and it is already on my Instagram, so you can definitely go and check out what both sides look like. Essentially, this is what the sketch was, the sort of section here and some paper, and I just did the exact same thing on the other side with another whole grouping of pictures like this. So tons and tons of pictures in this layout. I love how it turned out. I just can't find the other side, but go and check out the video because I do love this layout. This layout, again, one of the ones that I just feel like turned out so fun. This was created using the Day 21 sketch that was created by Rebecca Lockhart Dykeman. Again, exclusive to this series, and I kind of pulled not only the design from it, but also the color scheme from it. It is the colors that my kids are wearing. This was a day at the zoo. But in her sketch, she actually used color, which I really love. It kind of guided how I wanted to put this all together. And she used these really bright colors, the pinks and the blues and greens and stuff. So a little bit of extra inspiration from this layout. And it's probably one of my favorites as well. I just love how it turned out. And you can see all the little bits of ephemera and stickers and flowers. Just a combination of everything in my kit. So not one particular collection, it's just a mishmash of all the stuff I could find. This layout, kind of different for me, but I would expect no less from the creator of this sketch. So Dolly Boyd created this. She's scrapping on the go online, and this was for the Day 24 sketch. Again, exclusive to the 30 Days series, and totally different kind of layout for me, but so much fun to put together. This is my jam, you guys. This like layering and putting kind of these little clusters together with all different you know, layers and strips and sizes, and then I hand cut this heart, and then I added some flowers. I added another little enamel heart. Up here I've got some flowers, and up here I've got some flowers, and honestly, like, it's a picture of some balloons. There's more to the story, and that is in a different layout using this same set of papers, but the story's kind of already been told, but I had this picture, and I just thought this was kind of a fun, different layout and a different kind of design to pull and pop those balloons out and make them more interesting. All right, this has to be, for me, the winner of the inspired by the sketch but came out looking completely different from the sketch. The sketch that I used to create this one was designed by Sarah Scraps. It was the day 26 sketch, and again, exclusive to the 30 Days series. Hers actually just had 2 pictures and sort of maybe some stamping or a little mixed media kind of along this side. 2 pictures, a little bit of layering along the right hand side of the pictures. The 2 pictures are vertical, not horizontal, and then over here just a little kind of cluster of whatever you might have used along here, so more stamping. Lots of white space in hers and just the 2 pictures. So my interpretation was, instead of doing the stamping, I used the branding strips from these papers. This is the Crepe Paper Fresh Bouquet collection. I got these papers from Christy, and I kind of did like the branding strips along the side. I did add flowers because that's what she used as her representation of the embellishments or the stamping. I have 2 horizontal pictures instead of vertical, and then on this side, because in her sketch she basically replicated in a smaller version what she had put over here, I did the same thing. I have this other picture that was just kind of left by itself. I added some branding strips. They're not even the same ones, they're just all from the same collection, and kind of made my little title space here. She had the title going here, so I did want to put another title, so I added this happy birthday with some Rosie Studio little puffy stickers. But I really liked this because it is documenting this beautiful bouquet that a friend of ours made for Kaylin for her 16th birthday, and she made the cute little Hershey Kiss roses, and some of them had little rocks in them. My daughter's super big into gems and rocks and stuff, so yeah, I actually think this turned out so fantastic. Again, I used pattern paper, which is super bold and not something that I normally do. Sarah's sketch was actually on a white background, so this is kind of totally my own interpretation of it, but all the elements from Sarah's sketch are also in my layout, so I think if you saw the sketch and the layout side by side, you would see where I was going with it. I don't know, I had a lot of fun with this. I was watching Shetland, the final season, when I put this all together, and just kind of chilling out on the couch, putting stickers wherever I wanted, cutting and outlining everything, and I just found this very relaxing and therapeutic to put together. All right, this layout was designed using Jessica Ware's sketch. So hers was day 27, and it was sort of these ripped layers and then 2 pictures kind of tucked into each of the center layers. I had these same pictures from the same day. So again, Kaylin's 16th birthday, my mother-in-law sent her roses, and she happened to get these roses the same day that our friend dropped off her beautiful bouquet. So I kind of did a similar thing where I took the series of pictures and I put them all on one 4x6, so I got these little thin sort of strips of picture, and then I had that one lone 4x3 photo. And so instead of having just the two pictures in the middle, I tucked my pictures into the layers, and then I added this little section, which is not on her sketch at all, but kind of added that little section. And then I just have little clusters of flowers from different sticker packs, some Pink Fresh and stuff like that. And that's kind of similar to what Jessica had. I don't have a title on this one, but I don't think it needs it because it's going to be with a whole group of other pictures from Kaylin's birthday. This layout I created using Adam Westwood's sketch. This was day 29 in the series, again created exclusively for the series, and he had the two pieces of paper cut right down the middle with stars going all the way down, and then two pictures on each section. So sort of like a grid where there were 4 different little spaces and each one had their own little embellishment. I had this one really big 5x7 Easter photo, and we were getting close to Easter, so I was kind of in that Easter mood. So I thought instead of doing 4 smaller pictures, I put a big one right in the center. I used these little bunny heads that I got in a pack of confetti from Dollarama. The little blue flowers and these little kind of pink sequin squares also came in the same confetti pack. So I just put those right down the center, so I still have the 2 sides. I didn't have a full 12x12 piece of this pink paper. This is from Close to My Heart. So I just matted the 2 sides onto a larger piece, and then I outlined them so that they really stand out, and then put some embellishment in each corner, so I still have those 4 little embellishment clusters. No title on this one. I think it's kind of busy enough. These are some wood veneer that I got from Dollar Tree, and some little pieces that I got from a piece of paper from Close to My Heart. And yeah, this actually came together really quickly, but I kind of like it. I think it's super, super cute. I love my little bunnies. I popped some of them up so that they really stand out and you can really see their faces. I just think they're adorable, and I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. And then the last sketch for the series was actually created by Christy herself, again exclusively for the series. So she had smaller little squares and kind of had like you know, 1 and then a space and then 2, and then she had like 3 and a space, so they were kind of spaced out all over the page. And then she had 2 little pictures sort of like this but down a little bit further in the corner, and then 2 little embellishment clusters and her title up here. So it's roughly the same, but what I did was when I was making the hexagon cut file that I used for Rebecca's sketch, I actually kept the paper. I put it onto some watercolor paper and I smushed color all through it, and then I kept that paper. So that's what I used to make my little squares, because the pictures are from the same day, so you can see the kids are wearing those colors in their t-shirts. And so I thought it would be a good idea to take those similar elements and put them onto this layout, since these 2 layouts will maybe be side by side, or at least very close together in the album. So my squares are a little bit bigger, and really that was just so that you could see some of the kind of shapes and stuff. And also I added some stars, so I added that extra little bit of texture paste, and then I did some splotches and some splatters, and I just wanted the bigger squares so you could kind of see that there was other stuff going on in them. And then I added my 3 little embellishments. My title was really little, So I decided to embellish a little bit more just to give it some extra size and kind of have it stand out a little bit. And I decided to go with the yellow felt hearts and the yellow title because you can see the yellow in Sebastian's t-shirt. So I just thought it would be that little kind of contrast of color. And this was, again, really, really fun to put together. Not a design that I probably would have come up with on my own. And I just love the kind of clusters here, and they're just pulling from different sticker books and different companies, different collections, and I just love layering things and putting them all together. And I love this cool textured paper that I used, this black paper, which just really makes these colors pop extra vibrant, the same way that they are in the picture. They just pop in these pictures. So yes, this was super fun to put together. This was created for Scrappy Maggie's 8th anniversary of being on YouTube. There was a sketch that she designed to go with it, and then 8 of her favorite things, favorite kind of products or techniques that she likes to use. And so that's what we all use to pull our layouts together. So you can check out the video for this one. It's a hop, so there's a whole bunch of layouts that you can go and see. This layout I created, and it just was up on my channel. This was for Everyday Inspiration, and Moira was our guest for this month, and I absolutely adore how this came out. We used her everyday photo to kind of inspire our layout, and I just think this turned out so pretty. Look at the light catching that beautiful foiling on this paper, and then all of those sparkly little sequins. Oh, I love it. There's something so dainty and pretty about this layout. This layout has no inspiration. I sat down one day and decided to fussy cut this paper. I think that these are Heidi Swap papers. There you can see what it is. I can't remember what the collection is, but I just had a couple of the papers. I kind of like the texture. They're very old. I can't even tell you how old, but definitely like at least 5 years old. So the one paper was just all of these elements scattered all over. So I went ahead and fussy cut those out. And then again, watching a show, I decided to go ahead and just start putting them down on paper. I had this picture of Kaylin doing a cartwheel. I think we're in Oregon. We're on the Oregon coast here. And I just thought, it needs some color. It needs to kind of, you know, have something to brighten it up. So I went ahead and popped these all down. Once I had them all down, I decided to do a little bit of mixed media here, kind of bring in just that like whimsical element. Then I did my sketchy outlining, which I love to do. So everything got outlined, even the dark black one, and then everything got a little enamel dot, and that's it. The only thing I think I might add is I have to find the right thicker for it, but I think I'm gonna add the letter I here, so it'll say I love you, and that's it. No journaling, no fuss, nothing like that. Just a fun, simple, easy layout. Definitely going back to my roots of just layering things and playing. This one's similar situation. I had a little pack of stuff that I've kind of been working with over in the living room, so away from my desk, and every night I just have been pulling stuff out and playing with it. So I had these couple little stickers left over from the Daisy Meadows collection from Close to My Heart, which is sort of their Easter collection from last year. And so I wanted to put those down. I found this cute little Easter photo of Kaylin way back in 2009. And so I had this kind of random piece of paper. I have no idea where it came from, but it was one of those things where it's either use it or scrap it, and I had a big box of stuff that was going in my stash. Actually, yesterday, the person picked it up, so I thought, if I don't get it used, it's going in that box, so I might as well give it a try. Really simple, very sweet little Easter layout. These are layouts that you guys have already seen. There's process videos for them. They were in Creative Scrapbooker magazine, and I just haven't put them back in their place yet. And then the last one that I have here to show you just went live, so you can see the process video. This is for the Craft IQ challenge for April, and like I said, the Craft IQ really kind of gets you out of your box because you don't know what elements are going to be each layer. You kind of take them as a surprise every day, and you end up doing things like this that you never even dreamed you would do. So I have these little kind of points that are made with hexagons that I punched out. Hexagon was one of the layers, a punch was one of the layers. I happen to have a hexagon punch. I punched them out, but I didn't know how to combine them with the stars, and so I was kind of playing around, folding them, trying to see what I could come up with, and these little points kind of reminded me of points of a star, so I went with it. And then the bonus challenge was actually 7 embellishment clusters, so since I had already put 4 here, I added another one up here, another one up here, another one over here, and voila, you get this really fun design that you never thought you would have come up with before. But I actually love how it turned out. I love the pops of colors. I love that I got to use up so much of the All Heart collection that I've sort of been hoarding a little bit. And yeah, it was just really fun to play around and put it all together, get all the elements put together. And that is it, you guys. Those are all of my layouts up to date from January forward. I have been working on a few little projects here and there as well, finishing up some things, so I've been keeping myself kind of busy. I just haven't been showing you guys everything. So as I get stuff done, I do promise to do some flip throughs and show you what I've been working on. I also have been working to catch up in project life, so 2019, 2020, 2021, and now into 2022. So I'll do a flip through of those albums as well, probably one album per video, because obviously this is already a super long video, and project life flip throughs can be pretty long too. So we'll get there eventually. Maybe that will be a July project for me to kind of show you the progress that I've been making. But if you guys have any questions, please leave them for me down below. If you've stuck all the way through this video and you are here with me at the very end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love all of you guys. I love the comments you leave me. I'm working really hard to kind of grow my channel a little bit more and get to that next milestone of 2,000 subscribers. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all the links that you'll find down below to the Facebook pages that I've mentioned, Wild Whisper, and their business page. Remember to use my discount code DTGen so you can get some money off of your order. But of course, if I've missed anything, just let me know and I will make sure to update. I think my voice held out pretty good for you guys. Hopefully it wasn't too hard to understand me with all of the raspiness, but I can feel it going now, so that's definitely time for me to sign off. Again, I appreciate it so much. Thanks for sticking with me, and until next time, happy scrapping. Bye!